In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a no-code inbound voice AI agent that answers every call, checks insurance, and books appointment, just like a real receptionist would. We'll use a dental office as an example, but this exact build works for any service-based industry, auto shops, home services, even hospitals. Here's the problem. Most businesses miss 20 to 40% of their inbound calls, and those missed calls are usually leads ready to convert. For example, dental clinics miss 27%, auto shops miss 20%, banks nearly half. And this is common in every single industry. Again, this is thousands in lost revenue every single month. Now, this AI agent doesn't just answer, it listens, qualifies, collects information, checks things like insurance, and even updates your CRM automatically after the call. So I'll walk you through the full no-code setup step by step. So even if you have never built anything with AI tools, you can follow along easily. Let's go ahead and start with a quick demo, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to building. All right, since this is a inbound voice agent, what I'm going to do is actually call into it. So let me go ahead and open this up. And so this is the inbound dental office. This is the information that, again, don't worry about it right now. I'm going to walk you through all of this, but let me go ahead and make this call so that way you can listen into the demo, and then we can come back and take a look at this. So I'm calling right now, as you can see.
This is Katie with Crescent Family Dental. How can I assist you today?
Hey, Katie. I wanted to see if I could book an appointment for a dental cleaning.
Great. I can help you with that. Can I please have your first name? If you wouldn't mind, could you spell it out for me?
Yeah, sure. But before that, I just wanted to quickly ask, and I want to make sure that you guys accept my insurance.
Hold on. Of course. Could you please tell me the name of your insurance provider? That way, I can check if we accept it.
Yeah, I have Cigna.
Thank you for sharing that. We do accept Cigna insurance. Now, may I have your first name, please? If you wouldn't mind, could you spell it out for me?
Sure. My first name is John, John.
Thanks, John. And your last name?
It's Smith, Smith.
Thanks, John Smith. What's your preferred contact number?
Actually, before that, I just want to make sure that you have an appointment available for me. I was looking into to book an appointment for Monday. Can you tell me what times are available?
Let me check the available appointment times for next Monday. The available times are from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Would you like to book an appointment on that day?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it for 12 p.m. That works.
Great. To confirm, you would like to book an appointment for a dental cleaning on Monday, June 30th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Now, may I have your preferred contact number, please?
Sure. It's 510-223-1125.
Thank you. Could you also share your email address and please spell it out for me?
Yeah, it's John Smith, so JOHNSMITH @gmail.com.
Thank you for the information, John Smith. Just to confirm, your contact number is 510-223-1125, and your email address is johnsmith@gmail.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
Your appointment is confirmed. You will receive a confirmation email with all the details. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, I think I'm good for now.
Thanks again for calling Crescent Family Dental. Take care.
Thank you. All right, so once the call is done, this is going to send this information over to our NADN setup, where then our AI agent will update all of the information into our CRM. You could use HubSpot CRM or send yourself an email and Slack channels. I'm just using Google Sheets. Don't worry about the error because I don't want to get lots of emails, so that's why you see the error. But if I go to my sheet right here, you'll see that there you go. So that's the recent one. So if I expand this, there you go. So I get the name, the phone number, the email, the insurance information, and then also a call summary. So very, very cool. And again, we can add additional stuff in here, additional nodes that you can utilize this call transcription to further things within. And if I go to my email, as you can see right here, this is the calendar schedule, that email that I received Monday, June 30th at 12 p.m. With Zubair and John Smith. Again, I just provided my email. If I go to my calendar, as you saw during the call, it automatically booked that meeting, including the Google Meet. So that way, it has all of the information and everything gets automated. All right. So that's kind of the whole demo. Let's go ahead and now build this thing out step by step. All right, so we're going to be using two no-code tools. First is going to be the Retell AI. This is going to be our voice platform, and then also n8n, which is a no-code tool as well. I'm going to put the link on the description for both of these, so that way you can go ahead and create free accounts for both of them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of the step-by-step build. The easiest way to do this is to just bring over the workflows. So if I go ahead, once you log into your account, let me go ahead and start back right here for Retell. This is where you're going to end up. Obviously, your agents are going to look empty. So the easiest way to do it is, and this is the laziest way to do this, so I'm going to head over to my community, go to my classroom section here. And if I go to YouTube resources and scroll down to voice agents, right here, inbound voice agent. If I scroll down to the bottom, I have both of these blueprints. So I'm going to download both of these. This is the Retell blueprint, which is for the voice AI agent. So if I just click on download here, this is going to get downloaded. I'm going to go over to Retell right here, and I'm going to click on import, and then you can just drag the file or just click on it. So I'm just going to do inbound dental. This is the one that I just imported. If I click on save, now this is going to import all of that. There you go. As you saw, this imported everything. So if I click on this now, all of the prompts, including all of the functions, everything gets imported. That's why I really love Retell, because you can just send somebody else, or you can utilize kind of the file import itself. And then same thing with n8n. I'm going to go ahead and actually let me go back here and go to n8n blueprint. I'm going to download this, go to my n8n workflow here, click on these three dots, click on import from file, and then I'm going to bring in this voice here. There you go. Perfect. So now you have both of these templates that you can bring over. Now, obviously this is the easiest way to do this, but that means that you have to be part of the community. And if you are part of the community, you have access to other voice AI agents, including their templates and everything else. But if you want to build this along step by step along, let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this and start with the first step. So the first step is going to be our webhook. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start on our voice AI agent. So once you log in, so I'm going to go ahead and go back here, and I'm going to click on create agent. So this is going to be starting from fresh. You're going to click on voice agent. So in Retell, there's multiple different agents that you can create. There's conversational flow, multi-prompt agent, single prompt agent. Multi-prompt agent is kind of more flexible if you want to have multiple structures. Conversation flow is like very rigid, meaning this is for highly formatted conversation. We're going to use single prompt, which is the easiest one to create. And like I said, I'm planning to actually create this for you step by step. So just go ahead and click on the single prompt agent and click on start from blank. So once you do this, you're going to click on create. This is going to open up your blank agent here. Now, a lot of the settings will automatically be selected, like, you know, the model that you're going to use, the voice, and then the language, of course. So you're going to leave everything as standard, comes along standard. It's very simple to create. The only thing I'm going to change is actually I'm going to go to the model here, and I'm going to click on GPT 4.1 mini, and you're going to click on fast here. Now this is a bit more expensive, but it's a lot more natural, right? So the next step, what we need to do is we need to provide the prompt here. Now, in order to do the prompt, you need to be able to provide this agent a persona. You need to give it a style, and then step by step to follow along whenever you're interacting with the client. So instead of typing everything, because that's going to take a long time, I'm just going to copy this from my community, and you can just pause the video and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and just literally copy the entire prompt here. All right. Copy. Go to Retell. I'm going to paste. All right. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. So again, you're going to start with persona of the voice AI agent. This is where you're identifying who the voice AI agent is. You're giving it its name, the role, the skills, the objectives. Obviously, the objective is to answer inbound calls, to collect necessary information, handle appointment books, and everything else. Now, this is very important because obviously we are building this inbound AI agent. And as I showed in the beginning of the video, there are a lot of industries, so you can apply this persona, change it to any of these industries. Now, this is the unanswered call rates by industry. This is by Invoca. Check it out. Check out their article. This is a really great article, but it shows you that there are a lot of industries that completely miss on paying customers just because they don't have people to man the inbound calls, right? So things like auto dealerships miss 37% of their phone leads. auto service centers 39%, banks 51%, and it says that banks and lenders miss 49% of inbound calls. On average, 51% of their calls are leads, and 20% of those convert. So all of these industries are missing actual customers because they don't have the ability for somebody to always man the calls. Same thing with like dental offices, they miss 37%, and all of these other industries that you can utilize and create this voice agent for. All right. So again, make sure that you are giving it a persona, whatever industry the persona is for. You want to give it a knowledge base, and there's 2 ways to give knowledge base. I'm just putting this as an example inside your prompt itself, but you can utilize the knowledge base here. You're just going to have to click on add, and then you can just add a new knowledge base and just literally copy this. So this is the business information and the knowledge base for this particular Crescent Dental, but whatever industry you have, you can choose to do that as well. Inside my community, I go through and provide in other tutorials how to add knowledge base and everything else, so feel free to check that out. All right, so and the same thing as far as accepted insurance. This is also part of the knowledge base. So I'm providing, since this is a dental office, I want to make sure that, I'm giving it some examples of which insurance we accept. Same thing, you want to give it a current time. These are dynamic variables because you want to make sure that these are something that could be transferred and changed. So that's why inside the curly brackets, these are just dynamic variables. For the caller information, we want to be able to understand their first name, last name, phone number, email, and insurance provider. So that way after the call, we can gather that and update our CRMs there. We're given a rules for the voice agent. We're saying keep it simple, speak clearly, use simple and direct language, and be very friendly, right? So these are the personas and parts of the instruction that you're giving. Now, this is very important, doing steps to follow. I'm saying step 1, understand the reason for the call, right? You want to greet the call, ask how can you help them, and then if they want to book an appointment, you want to move to quick step 2. So if they want to book an appointment, then this is where we're instructing this voice agent to collect these specific pieces of information, right? So that's kind of that part. And then afterwards, we're saying, okay, if you want to book an appointment, then you need to use this check calendar availability. Now, this is our first function that we're calling. If you want to put functions, what you need to do is go to functions here, click on add, and this is where all of these different functions are available. Now, you can use book calendar, but you have to be, and check availability, but you have to utilize cal.com. Now, if you're not familiar with cal.com is a really cool and very easy to use calendar software. So make sure you go to cal.com, click on go to app, sign up for an account. They give you a really nice free account. And then afterwards, you'll go ahead and go to your settings, go to your API keys, add an API key. You'll have to copy that and then bring it over to your, where'd it go? Right here. You will add your API key and then the event type ID. So the way to select that is like you will just go to your, let me go back there. Go back. So if you click on these events, and you can create these events yourself, all you have to do is click on the ID right here. So you're just going to copy this. You're going to go to Retell. After you paste your API key there, you're going to paste your event ID. And then all you have to do is just click on save. Leave everything else like it is, because this comes by default. And we're calling this, let me see, where do we call it? Right here. These functions, we're just calling them by the name that it comes in default. So if I go back to my previous one, so that way I can show you exactly, because the rest is exactly the same way. So if I go right here, the function, there you go. So I have this check availability. Same thing. I've just put my API key, the event ID. I've left everything else as it is. And then we're also going to have a book appointment. It's exactly the same way. You just copy and paste your API key, the event type ID, and you just leave everything as it is. We also going to have an end call and transfer call. So a transfer call is if, let's say, your receptionist doesn't know how to provide information, then we're saying, hey, then you can transfer this to a human being. So if I go to the bottom, I'll show you exactly where we're calling this. Okay, right there. So this is the end call that we're using right here, right? This is just saying enter, basically end the call as soon as you're done. And then if I search for transfer call, let me just search for it. Transfer. There it is. So I'm saying if you don't know the answer, say, let me connect you with someone from our team who can help you, then use the transfer call function. Now, if I go inside my transfer call function, this is where you can now transfer the call and add a number right here, right? So this could be, you can put your office's number, your, phone number, yourself, or whatever number you want this to be transferred. Now, cold transfer means that this will just transfer the call with no background. Warm transfers means that this will provide some information before the call is sent to the human being. So same thing, speech setting, transcription setting, all of this, just leave this as default as you play along, and in my other videos, like I said, inside the community, I'll be explaining how all of these different settings works if you're interested in checking that out. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's very simple as far as setting up your inbound dental assisted voice agent inside your Retell AI. And as far as the cost, you can check out and play around with different models. You'll be able to see that the cost will change. Right now it says 0.094 per minute, which is 9 cents a minute, 9.4 cents a minute per call, which is great. Okay, so that's the front end part for the voice AI agent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our N8N, because after the call, we need to be able to take that information from transcription and then update our CRM. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. The first thing we need to do is we need to add a webhook. In N8N, everything starts from left to right. So in order to grab information from a third party, we can use a webhook. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for webhook. There you go. So that's the one. So you can leave everything as it is except change the method to post. And then here, if you want to, if you're going to have this in production live, so make sure you are in production, but we're going to be using test. So as you can see right here, we have a test URL. I'm just going to change the path so that way this says inbound and not some gibberish. And then what you're going to do, you're going to copy this right here, and you're going to head over to your Retell AI. If you go to webhook settings, you're just going to paste it. I've already done that, but you can go ahead and paste this right here. So that way, after the call, everything is good to go. If it says test, it means that you're going to have to come back and click on execute step after the call is done, because otherwise it's not going to receive it. But if you have this workflow as active, then you make sure that you have your production URL that's copied on your Retell webhook settings right here. All right, so after that, what you're going to do, here, I just maximize my window. That's not what I meant to do. There you go. All right. So the next step is adding our AI agent. So you're going to, once you're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and add our AI agent. So you're going to search for AI agent. Okay, perfect. So now what you need to do is add a chat model. I'm going to use my openai chat model right here, GPT 4.1 mini. Don't worry about having memory. Go inside your AI agent. Instead of connected to chat trigger, we're going to do define below. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy the prompt here and tell you what's going on here. So inside AI agent, I'm just going to copy this. Go ahead right here. All right, paste. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring in this right here. Pin this. Copy it. So that way, at least I have some data. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. It's the same one, it's just that this one already has data, so I'm just going to bring this over. Perfect. Okay, so inside this webhook, so this is from the information that came in from my previous call right there. So we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. So if I go to inside my AI agent, maximize this prompt. So as you can see, I'm just saying summarize the following transcript from interaction between a customer and the voice AI agent. And you can see right here, this is the entire interaction that we had with earlier that I was talking with the voice AI agent there. So now we have that transcription. But what we need to do is we need to output, because in the bottom, as you can see right here, I'm saying you need to output the summary and call in 500 characters and also extract the name, email, phone number, and insurance provider in a JSON format. Now, if you want to control how the data is outputted, we need to go inside the AI agent and click on require specific output format. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to attach a output parser, as you can see right here. So I'm going to click on plus button. I'm going to click on structured output parser. I'm going to delete this. Basically, this is where we define what the output is supposed to look like. So if I go to my community, I'm just going to copy this, and you can just pause the video. That's fine, and take a look at this. Paste it. There you go. So we're just getting call summary, first name, last name, phone, email, insurance. And I'm just providing California as like a dummy data, right? So now if I go ahead and since we're getting that data, if I execute this step, this is going to execute this step, get that information, use the structured output data, and now it's going to output There you go. As you can see, we got the call summary, the first name, last name, phone number, email, and the insurance provider, just like I talked to it earlier. Okay. So now the next step is going to be updating our Google Sheet here. So you're going to go ahead and create a Google Sheet with first name, last name, phone, email, insurance, call summary, and we're going to add this. So now go ahead. So you see I have two items right here, 2 rows. Let's go ahead and add this to get the third one here. So if I go back, click on the plus button, you're going to look for Sheets, Google Sheets. And by the way, you can use Google Airtable or some other CRM that you want here as well. So I'm going to do up and then update row. So we're going to choose I use this Crescent Dental. That's the name of this Google Sheet right here. And then from the list, if you haven't connected your Google Sheet, make sure you connect that. I've done a bunch of tutorials on this, so you can check out my previous video if you don't know how to do that, but it's very simple. So once you do that, it should be able to pull up that information. So sheet 1. So this is going to now load all of the columns that's inside this sheet, right? So first name, last name, all of that good stuff. There you go. As you can see, all you have to do now is just drag and drop from your left-hand side. So I'm dragging first name, last name, last name, phone number, email, insurance, and call summary. Boom, right? Nice and easy. All right, and then a column to match on, I'm just going to use first name. That's fine. So if I execute this step now, this should add a third row there. So execute step, this is going to go ahead and execute this step, and I should get a third row right here. If I see, let's see. There you go. Looks like it got added. Oh, it just replaced this one for some reason. But that's fine, but you can see right here in the workflow, it looks like it provided that information. This green check means that everything was successfully posted there. Okay, so now the next step is right here. As you can see, I've added a HubSpot CRM. I've added an email. So you can do that. This is optional. You don't have to do that. But if I go to my HubSpot CRM, I'm just basically updating this contact information inside my HubSpot CRM. You can add other CRMs there. You can send yourself an email, right, saying, hey, this new patient booked an appointment. So if you're actually building this for a client, you can say that, hey, I booked this appointment for a client, and here's the information. You can send yourself a Slack to a particular channel, so that way you're aware of what's going on. And obviously, if you're building this for clients, so you'll be doing stuff like this. So make sure you can check on that and add additional information or additional notes if you choose to. Now, obviously, if you don't know how to get your first clients, check out the community here. We have this Earn with NADN section, which is Launch Your AI Agency, which is a 5-week program where we show you step by step how to get your first client, how to interact with clients. We have an AI agency inside, or I have an AI agency called AI Workshop Community, where we give you all of the tools that we use when we interact with clients, including case studies with real clients that you can actually follow along and see how everything works. And then obviously in our classroom section, we have a bunch of other stuff that you can check out, including absolute beginner's course for NADN and voice AI agents and vector databases, everything you need to know to get successful in this space. And then also obviously we have a lot of people there to collaborate and work on it with each other about different topics. It's a great space. We have a calendar section that you can jump in and ask us any questions if you get stuck. So make sure you check out the community. It's a great space for you to connect and learn more about AI automations. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Again, you can add additional tools to this if you want. You can change the persona of your voice agent if it's done for a different industry, or you can change the interaction or the way the call transcription is handled after the call. So again, this is a very powerful AI agent. Make sure you take advantage of it. And if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions for future voice AI agents, because now I'm focusing on this because this is the future, voice AI agents, a great space to be a part of. So you want to make sure you're updating your skills to be ahead of the curve. So put the comments in the put your comments if you want me to do any additional videos on this particular space. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe because I've got a lot of content coming up that you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.